Tonight, bad news for a Duluth daycare as its license is put on probation amidst multiple allegations, including losing a child.
And more diverse than ever before. There's a historic class of freshmen at UMD. We'll tell you what's behind it, what it means for the university.
Plus, a massive oil spill to the west shuts down a major pipeline that runs through the Dakotas.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. Bad news for Duluth daycare. The University Nursery School's Jefferson location has been put on probation.
According to Minnesota's Department of Human Services, that's after a number of incidents where they say the child care center on East 3rd Street did not meet the department's standards.
According to documents, since August of 2018, that includes 7 incidents of not properly supervising kids. It also included things like crib safety and feeding a child food that they were allergic to.
CBS 3's Emma Quinn joins us now with more on what this probation means for the daycare. Emma.
Tony, Kristen, the Department of Human Services says the University Nursery School's probation went into effect on October 22nd. It only affects their Jefferson location, meaning for 2 years, the daycare must meet certain guidelines in order to keep their doors open. We mentioned those 7 supervision incidences. Those included 3 kids who found their way into a community building stairwell, a preschooler who went unsupervised for 15 minutes, and a child who was left outside the building. Some instances of non-compliance similar to these have been cited for the past 5 years. The facility has been placed on conditional status, and the daycare has 15 days from the time they receive their probation notice to provide a written notice to all of their clients. Now, the University Nursery School has 2 other locations in Duluth, and as of now, they haven't received any probation notifications. We reached out to the officials at the Jefferson Square location for comment, but they declined. They did tell us their board of directors will be releasing a statement regarding the probation sometime next week.
Thanks, Emma. Excuse me. A copper heist is at the root of a power outage near Finland, Minnesota earlier this week. That's according to company officials. Cooperative Light and Power says crews were performing routine maintenance on a substation. Those crews were unaware that someone had stolen multiple copper wires that grounded the electricity. Once the crews started their maintenance, the structure started to short out. The Facebook post says that the linemen were lucky that they were not injured. CLP is asking for the public's help in finding the thief. Anyone who has information is asked to contact the Lake County Sheriff's Office.
New tonight at 6, Minnesota has reported its first flu death of the season. The Minnesota Department of Health says it was an adult who died. We don't know their age or where they were from. Preliminary reports show 19 people in Minnesota have been hospitalized because of the flu so far this season. 4 new school outbreaks were reported last week, bringing the total to 8 this year. Dave, you're back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Where am I?
Yeah.
We've missed you.
I recognize you guys.
Yeah.
Good.
How's the weather?
You know, the weather isn't so bad because, of course, I'm an old geezer. I throw back to Halloween 1991 and 3 feet of snow. Well, there's a hint of snow on our horizon. Look at that low-pressure system coming our way. We have some flurries skirting along the border, threatening places like International Falls here tonight. Will that add up to much? Frankly, I don't think so. Maybe some flurries tomorrow, and that's about it. So here is our short-term forecast tonight as the kids get out and trick-or-treat. The weather should be a treat. A little bit cloudy after some sunshine today. The clouds are returning tonight. Temperature around 30 degrees as the kids make their rounds. Then Friday morning, as they get up groggy from too much candy to get off to school, could be some snow showers coming around. Temperature around 25. Oh, we rise to the occasion towards 38 tomorrow afternoon, I say facetiously. Flurries could continue. So will they add up? I don't think so. Maybe a ½ inch, but will there be follow-ups through the weekend? We'll show you the 7-day in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. North Dakota regulators say the Keystone Pipeline has leaked hundreds of thousands of gallons of oil in the northeastern part of the state. 383,000 gallons to be exact. The leak has since been contained, and its cause is unknown. North Dakota regulators learned about the leak late Tuesday night. They say some wetlands were affected, but not any sources of drinking water. Officials say the pipeline has been shut down. The Keystone Pipeline is part of a 2,600-mile system that also would include the proposed Keystone XL pipeline.
Cloquet will move one step closer to choosing its newest city councilor next Tuesday. The city is holding a special primary to narrow down the candidates for the council's Ward 3 seat. Candidates are Ray Shao, Uriah Wilkinson, and Chris Swanson. Now, that seat has been empty since July when Dakota Koski moved out of the ward and had to leave his council seat. The top two vote getters Tuesday will move on to a special election, which will be held February 11th.
Those hoping to overturn Minnesota abortion laws had their first day in court. The coalition involved says Minnesota's abortion restrictions are medically unnecessary and legally flawed. The plaintiffs urged a Ramsey County District Court judge to let their case proceed. Meanwhile, state attorneys argue the lawsuit should be tossed out.
For the fourth time in our nation's history, Congress will begin impeachment hearings against a sitting U.S. president. In a near party line vote, the House approved a resolution that allows Congress to hold public impeachment hearings against President Donald Trump. The resolution designates open hearings and allows the president and his counsel to question witnesses, but the president must cooperate with the House investigation or Democrats can strip his rights. Meanwhile, Minnesota's 8th District Congressman Pete Stauber joined his fellow House Republicans in voting no during today's hearings. In a statement today, Stauber wrote that he voted against the proceedings as it would allow Adam Schiff to continue to act as prosecutor, judge, and juror, doing what Stauber called absolutely nothing to provide this administration with the same due process rights which were afforded in past presidential impeachments.
President Trump isn't the only Republican running in the presidential primary, but he'll be the only choice on the ballot in Minnesota. The state's Republican Party informed Minnesota's Secretary of State that President Trump will be the only name listed on the 2020 Republican primary ballot. The Star Tribune reports 3 other Republican candidates, who many consider long shots, won't be listed. They include former Massachusetts Governor William Weld, former South Carolina Governor Mark Sanford, and former U.S. Representative Joe Walsh of Illinois. Walsh's campaign manager says Minnesota voters' rights are being disenfranchised. The state law says the party determines which candidates are placed on the primary ballot. Minnesota's presidential primary will be held March 3rd.
Heads up, Minnesotans, your chance to get health insurance for next year starts tomorrow. MNsure's open enrollment period opens at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. It will run through December 23rd. During this time, you can enroll, renew, or change private health insurance through MNsure. There are multiple ways to get help enrolling. You can check out our website for details.
As we get closer to Veterans Day, one company is giving a big thank you to our nation's heroes. Jefferson Lines will be offering free bus trips during its annual Free Veterans Day travel program. Veterans and active military members can visit any Jefferson Lines location to book tickets. That starts tomorrow, and you can book through Veterans Day. The travel includes one-way and round-trip tickets. Trips can be scheduled between November 11th and the 27th. You can visit our website for more information. 2019 brought increased diversity to the University of Minnesota Duluth with the highest percentage of students of color on record.
CBS3's Jenna Wells spoke with campus officials about why this is such an important milestone. Jenna.
That's right, Kristen and Tony. UMD's Academic Affairs Office reports that students of color and Native American students represent about 15% of this year's freshman class. And as you mentioned, that is the highest percentage ever. And that percentage is rising steadily. Ian Pancook, the Director of Marketing and Operations at UMD's Admissions Center, says the diversity in the freshman class increases at about 1% each year. Pancook says this is important so that students from all backgrounds can learn from each other.
It's going to benefit all the populations. All of our students who are coming here, they get to learn from other populations and those experiences, and then that just makes them more aware of those populations. And that's just going to be beneficial to those individuals who maybe historically have not been able to engage with more diverse populations.
Pancook says learning from and working with other cultures will benefit students after they leave UMD and enter the workforce, especially since almost half of the student body is from more urban areas like the Twin Cities. Pancook says the university offers a lot of resources to encourage diversity and bring opportunities to students with different backgrounds, like the Office of Diversity and Inclusion, the Multicultural Center, and the American Indian Learning Resource Center on campus.
Thanks, Jenna. Still to come on Live Local CBS3, the Duluth City Hall hosts a first-of-its-kind event for kids. Details coming up.
High temp is supposed to be 44, but we only managed 34. So cold snap is upon us, but at least we're not having a blizzard. Towards the east, they just might there. We'll look at the east, west, and middle, and the 7-day forecast coming up after our break.
Live, local, CBS3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS3. CBS3 News is brought to you by Duluth Casino.
Find the home of your dreams with Homes by Edmunds. Whether you're buying or selling, trust Duluth's oldest real estate company. Homes by Edmunds, LLP. Sunday mornings at 10:30 on CBS3.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health physical therapist Ron Winans tells us how the SpineX rehabilitation program is helping patients restore neck and back strength.
We incorporate some strength and conditioning, cardiovascular, stretching, home program, and a routine here in the physical therapy department. We're here also to help decrease their fear, return to their activities recreationally, work, home, yard work, anything they need. We cater their program to themselves. So someone comes in with back and neck pain. It is a head-to-toe project. We do initial evaluation. We find out where they're at, not where they should be at for height, weight, age, female or male. We find out where they're at. If you're 6'5", 350 pounds, that's who you need to be strong enough for. So we got to find out where you're at. 80% of sports injuries are training errors, so we have to find out what's their flexibility, range of motion, and then progress there.
The SpineX program is 2 days a week for 6 to 8 weeks. Winans says a successful outcome is when patients can increase their activity without fear.
We're here to re-educate the back and neck, increase their range of motion flexibility. Once we have that, then we can start building on the strengthening component. So it is, again, tailored to the individual, and obviously as they build confidence and decrease fear to their return to activities, I want to hear that they can do stuff they hadn't been able to do. And that's what we typically see. In the last 11 to 12 years, we've seen close to 2,500 patients with an 80% successful rate.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
This Medical Insight was brought to you by Essentia Health. To learn more about the services we offer, visit essentiahealth.org.
Duluth Dodge Jeep has an amazing automotive news story. It's Jeep Adventure Days. Over 70 new Grand Cherokee, Cherokee Compass, Wrangler, or lease a Renegade for only $138 a month. Only at Duluth Dodge Jeep. DuluthDodgeMinnesota.com.
Skeletons in the closet. I throw me in and I lock it. I don't believe in devils in possession.
You don't have to believe to know that there are people who are evil.
If you knew what you were playing with, you would be at home protecting those girls.
Was that scary enough for you? Evil CBS Halloween night.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
While the kids are out trick-or-treating here tonight, active scurrying around looking for goodies, the animals will be as well. Here's our good friend Phil Snavy. He hosted one of our backyard barbecues. He has a backyard compost heap, and this fox likes to go in for goodies and snacks every night. So odds are Foxy will do that again tonight, putting on some fat for the winter because, frankly, it's becoming quite cool and likely will stay cool for several days, but at least it won't be incredibly snowy. That might happen to some folks out in the Northeast, and we'll show you the map here in just a little bit. But right now we show you the current conditions at the airport in Duluth, where it's 30 and a partly cloudy sky. So sunshine broke out earlier today and we held on to it for a couple of hours, but now of course the sun is setting and the clouds are pushing back in. Small low pressure system brings us a chance for snow showers through our Friday. Back to the here and now. Westerly southwesterly wind. It's going 6 miles per hour, 54% for the relative humidity, and 30 inches even for the barometric pressure, which is a bit on the higher side for now. Again, that lower pressure system will take over tomorrow, cloud things up, and bring us a chance for maybe a half-inch of snowfall. Current temperatures include 28 Orr, 30 International Falls, 30 Grand Rapids, and for Moose Lake and Solon Springs 28 Two Harbors, 31 Superior, 28 Hayward. Mid to upper 20s for the Upper Peninsula. Shouldn't be bad weather for the trick-or-treaters this evening. Be careful on the roadways, of course, and be cautious, but at least they are not going to get snowed on. The wind won't be gusting things around, and the temperatures aren't too cool. But again, be careful and cautious. Doppler map right now shows some snow showers are, trying to approach International Falls. And once we get after midnight tonight, and especially after 3 a.m., that's when the better 40 to 60% chance for snow around the region comes across. And I do use the term snow loosely because if we manage a half-inch tomorrow, that's going to be about it. Again, the Northeast has this big nor'easter brewing here, and they could get snow there. Rain first tonight, maybe snow tomorrow for November 1st. But again, nothing like November 1st in our neck of the woods, November 1st, 1991, when 3 feet came down. First little trough of low pressure brings us that chance of snow showers tomorrow, and a second one keeps the chance going perhaps for the next couple of days. So a cloudy weekend will be on tap and a cool one to boot. And tonight, well, the temperatures, they will run in Minnesota from 22 to maybe 27 degrees, clouds thickening. They thicken over Wisconsin and Michigan as well with low temps there, about 20 to 25 degrees. For tomorrow, November 1st, All Saints Day, 60% flurry chance for our friends in Wisconsin. Highs mid to upper 30s, maybe a half-inch. And in Minnesota, maybe a half-inch of snow, 40% chance for those flurries, highs in the 30s. Extended forecast shows staying in the 30s through Saturday. But a hope for November-style warm-ups comes our way by Sunday with 40. And 40 on Monday, too. But 40 on Monday means a mix possible. A mix that could become flurries on Tuesday with temperatures dropping down again. Look at those high temps by next Wednesday, Thursday with Minnesota deer season looming. Only the upper 20s and low temps in the teens.
It's the only weekend out of the year where I will say, hey, 20s aren't so bad.
Yeah.
And snow's not so bad. It's deer opener.
That is true. A lot of folks want that tracking snow. I don't know if we'll get enough to make use of it, but keep our fingers crossed.
Okay. Thanks, Dave.
Well, Halloween this year, we are seeing temperatures more than 10 degrees below average, and this might be inconvenient for trick-or-treaters, but it's nothing like the Halloween of 1991 that Dave was just mentioning. That notorious Halloween blizzard dropped more than 3 feet of snow here in Duluth and nearly 4 feet in Superior. An event this large has left an imprint on many of us in the Northland, including Duluth's assistant city attorney. He recounts the trouble that so many people had getting into work the day after that historic snowstorm.
So I could get to work and I got home, except for the little problem I had sliding into a snowbank on the day of Halloween. I think the next day that the roads were basically closed, and I think basically there wasn't any traffic moving at all.
According to the National Weather Service, snow began falling in Duluth at about 1 in the afternoon on that Halloween 28 years ago. It didn't stop falling until November 3rd. That means snow fell continuously here in the Twin Ports for about 72 hours.
Wow, that's a lot of snow. Well, there were some little monsters roaming City Hall today. Duluth City Hall held its first Halloween trick-or-treating event. Kids and parents got dressed in their favorite costumes and hit all 4 floors of City Hall to get as much candy as they could. 4 floors, that sounds like a lot. Superior resident Eric Larson says this event is great, especially on a cold day like today.
It's a great event. Great opportunity for the kids to stay warm. And will we come back next year? Yeah? Hun? Come back next year? Yeah, absolutely. We'll definitely be back next year.
I might go next year, too. People who attended say that it was a warm, fun, and safe way to go trick-or-treating.
I bet the candy supply was good there, too.
Yeah.
Where were we?
We were
working
here.
Well, I guess we'll talk about sports then. Lots of stuff to cover. What will happen to Timberwolves star Karl Anthony Towns after last night's altercation. And for the Vikings, they get set for a tough test with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Seize your new Can-Am from Duluth Lawn and Sport, the region's largest power sports dealer.
CBS3 Live Cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential Award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
For a limited time at Home Furniture, spend $9.99 or more, get 7% tax relief. Spend even more and get double tax relief, plus free shipping and no interest financing for 12 months. Tax relief savings only at Home Furniture.
Numi Jewelers is having a spectacular sale. Everything in stock is up to 30% off. Stop in to find spectacular savings going on now. Numi Jewelers, where true love is guaranteed.
It's a holiday hoopla at Fond du Lac Casino. Every Wednesday and Thursday in November, including Thanksgiving, from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m., 25 names will be randomly drawn to play for holiday cash and prizes. You could jump into the money booth, play the disco board, or take a spin on the big prize wheel. Stop by the Players Club or log on to FondDuluthCasino.com for all the participation details. Wednesdays and Thursdays, come in for the games, cash, and prizes at the holiday hoopla and
have a great time out at Fond du Lac.
The Greater Downtown Council celebrates flavors of fall during Eat Downtown Duluth Restaurant Week, November 4th through the 9th, with lunch and dinner specials from these participating restaurants. Culinary mastery, one price, one destination. Visit downtownduluth.com for Eat Downtown menus.
Boo!
I'm sorry for what I did to your face.
All good. Have a break. Have a break. Have a Kit Kat.
It's Truck Month in the Northland, where we take on every tough job, any rough terrain, and no matter what comes our way, we keep on trucking. Yeah, we're tougher up here, and there's only one brand of truck built to keep up. During Truck Month, get up to $9,250 cash back on a Ford F-150 or lease F-150 for just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
Here's the deal. Your mother and I have decided we're going to give you our van. That way you won't have to call for the bus.
Oh, that sure is nice of you, but no thanks.
You're kidding.
You're kidding. Arrowhead Transit. It works for us.
To set up your ride, simply call and tell the dispatcher where you need to be picked up, where you need to go, and when you need to get there. Call 800-862-0175.
America's Most Watched Network. Tonight, starting at 7, only on CBS3 Duluth. Then, stay tuned for CBS3 News at 10. Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Home Sleep Express has gone purple. Now you can test and buy a famous purple mattress at Home Sleep Express. Sleep cooler and more comfortable on the mattress that broke the internet. And get free delivery, setup, plus no interest financing. The famous purple mattress, now at Home Sleep Express.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Well, it's early in the season, but UMD women's hockey has a few things already to hang their hats on. The latest being their recent championship victory out in Buffalo, New York at the Icebreaker tournament. This comes just a week following the squad getting swept by Bemidji State in their first WCHA road series. Head coach Maura Kroll was specifically proud of the way her team has handled adversity this season. This weekend, it was facing two different opponents on the road.
You know, looking back to the Bemidji weekend, where there are a lot of penalties, especially in the third period of the second game, we learned from that. And you learn through losses, as we talk about all the time. So I actually think that was a great example of learning from a tough situation and putting it into action the very next weekend. I thought we handled it very well. And it's challenging, but it's fun, too, to see a different opponent night to night.
They are back to WCHA play this Friday evening for a regionally broadcast game against St. Cloud State. Puck drop is at 7:07 p.m. on Fox Sports North. The Vikings are 6-2 on this season, while the Kansas City Chiefs sit first place in the AFC West. However, when the Vikes head to Arrowhead this Sunday, the Chiefs may again be without the services of quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who dislocated his kneecap 2 weeks ago. The Vikings have won 4 in a row, including a win last Thursday against the Washington Redskins. Minnesota played without Adam Thielen last week, but he's expected to return to action Sunday after suffering that hamstring injury in Week 7. Now, for the Chiefs, the status for the reigning league MVP, Pat Mahomes, still up in the air, but Mahomes did participate in practice on Wednesday. With or without Mahomes, this matchup will be a test for the Vikes.
I just think every game's a measuring stick. You know, we're getting evaluated every single week. Doesn't really matter who you play, where you play. You know, you're getting measured, and you only get 16 of them promised to you. So this is the next one, but it certainly is a great challenge.
You want to be a good team, you got to beat a good team. And that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. And that's what we prepare for. That's what we're trying to do at all times. So they definitely are a contender. They've been well for the past couple of years, and we just got to go and play our game.
And on whether or not they have to face Patrick Mahomes, Cousins says they are preparing the same either way.
Whether he's out there or not, it's going to be a very, very tough game against a really good team, but he certainly is one of the best players in football. And, you know, if he's out there, you know, he really gives him a spark.
This one kicks off from Kansas City just after noon on Sunday. Well, after last night's altercation with 76ers center Joel Embiid, Karl Anthony Towns has officially been suspended 2 games, as has Embiid. Embiid and Towns got into it last night, as you can see, in the third quarter, and were both ejected from the 76ers T-Wolves game. And the Minnesota high school football playoffs continue tonight with section championships. 3 area games total will be played. In an early one, we'll have highlights from Mountain Iron, Beale, and Silver Bay. We'll also have 2 other games from the area tonight at 10. Nothing like Halloween high school football playoffs. Very exciting.
It's a beautiful thing. Okay. Anyways.
You regretted that the second. I liked it. That was.
I've been holding on to that one. All right, thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, starting a family is something a lot of couples dream of, but research shows 10 to 25% of those pregnancies end in miscarriages. But a Duluth woman has found a way to beat those odds. She shared her story only with our morning anchor, Leanne Valdez. We'll have the full story tonight at 10.
Well, pups dressed up as sharks, spiders, and even people took over the Senate office building in Washington today as part of the Capitol Hill's annual Halloween pet parade. U.S. Senate staffers took a break from their busy jobs, with many bringing their own dogs to participate, while others instead paraded their boss's dogs. A few noteworthy costumes included Callie as Disney's Minnie Mouse, Tilly as a black spider, Jackie as former First Lady Jacqueline Kennedy, Onassis, and Blue as the Wizard of Oz's Toto. Cute.
Oh, those dogs. Some of
They
them
look
can
happy.
handle it. Others are just like, what did my parents do to me? All right, Dave, chilly one for those trick-or-treaters tonight.
Yeah, as usual, Northland, bundle up, wear your snowsuit under your costume, and go out and politely ask for goodies. For Friday, 40% chance for snow showers around much of the region, maybe accumulating towards about a ½ inch, and that's about it. Then for Saturday, Sunday, may still stay cloudy and cool, but it will be dry. Monday, different story. Could start to rain and snow again.
All right, happy Halloween.
CBS